Why everyone suddenly wants Africa. What if I told you that the future of artificial intelligence, electric cars, and clean energy, and even global power politics depends on Africa? For decades, Africa was ignored. Now, everyone wants in. The United States, China, Europe, and Burkina Faso, a West African nation, now at the center of its own resource revolution. Today, we are uncovering why Africa matters more than ever and what Burkina Faso's bold new path reveals about the future of resource politics. Africa is no longer just a backdrop in global politics. It has become the front line of resource competition. Across the continent lies the raw materials that power electric vehicles, renewable energy, data centers, AI hardware, advanced manufacturing. Africa holds roughly 30% of global critical mineral reserves. Materials like lithium, cobalt, nickel, and rare earth elements that the modern world cannot live without. And Burkina Faso sits squarely in this story. Burkina Faso might sound small on a world map, but it sits on a massive scale of minerals. The country is among Africa's top gold producers, with gold mining contributing significantly to national GDP and exports. Other known deposits include manganese, zinc, copper, phosphate, and potentially other strategic minerals under exploration. Burkina Faso's gold-rich belts have attracted foreign mining companies for decades, often with profits flowing out of the country and into multinational balance sheets. In September 2022, Captain Ibrahim Traore seized power in Burkina Faso and immediately set a new course, one centered on national sovereignty and resource control. His government introduced a new mining code that increases the state's share of mining revenues, requires more processing within Burkina Faso, establishes a national mining development fund, gives citizens and local businesses greater participation in mining operations. More dramatically, Burkina Faso has nationalized key gold mines, including strategic assets previously operated by multinational firms, and established state entities to oversee them. As a result, national revenues from gold have increased. Estimates suggest that Burkina Faso had generated billions in new gold revenue since the policy shift, compared with far low receipts in previous years under foreign-dominated extraction. Burkina Faso's resource nationalism comes against a complex backdrop of French influence in West Africa. Many post-colonial economies in the region were shaped by French economic and military ties. Local leaders, communities, and analysts have criticized these ties as favoring foreign control of natural resources at the expense of national development. Traore's government has explicitly criticized France for past and ongoing interference, even accusing French interests of attempting to destabilize the country's government. These tensions reflect broader debates across Africa about economic independence, historical inequality, and who should benefit from the continent's vast natural wealth. Burkina Faso's policies do not occur in isolation. Across the Sahel and the broader continent, we see governments rethinking ties with traditional Western powers, new alliances forming with states like Russia and China, regional cooperation efforts like the Alliance of Sahel States aimed at collective sovereignty and security. This is part of a larger realignment in global resource politics, one in which access to minerals, not just markets, has become the strategic prize. The United States, Europe, and China all see Africa as essential to future technologies. The question is, why? Minerals from Africa are in smartphones, electric vehicles, batteries, and data centers. Burkina Faso's gold and other deposits are engines of revenue and leverage. Control of supply chains matters for economic power and national security. The Western countries' fears are not just about trade. They are about losing strategic advantage if Africa's wealth is not accessible on terms favorable to their industries and national interests. So, where do these things stand? Africa and Burkina Faso in particular is pushing back against historical dependency and seeking greater control of wealth that was once taken with little benefits to local population. But challenges remain: infrastructural deficit, security pressures, political instability, competing foreign interests from China, Russia, Europe, and the United States. What happened next will say a lot about whether Africa can move beyond being a source of raw materials to being a center of value creation and global influence. So why does everyone suddenly want Africa? Not because of charity, not because of goodwill, not because Africa needs them, because the future of technology and global power itself depends on access to the resources Africa holds. And leaders like Ibrahim Traore are forcing the world to confront a simple truth. Who owns the future? Is it those who extract the resources or those who control them? If this video changed the way you think about Africa's role in global politics, like, subscribe and share. Tell me in the comments, is Africa ready to take its seat at the table, or will history repeat itself?